Hello, everybody. Hold on. All right. Hello, everybody. I tonight, from when I was looking for the news items, there wasn't a whole lot out there. Seemed to hit a bit of a slow spot in the news cycle. So what I decided to do for tonight, I've sent out some links, and hopefully have some people show up soon here. We're gonna do kind of an open mic panel tonight. Hopefully once if we can get some people in here, we will start getting in some conversations here. Just still waiting for some people to show up here. Um, if you already have the link, just go ahead and come into the StreamYard so I can add you in here. Um, Anyways, how's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully everybody's doing well. Um, and it would appear somebody's lurking thus far. Of course, we'll feel if you have any questions, you can put them in chat. We'll probably answer them. Um, so I hope everybody's having a good day thus far. Um, so I said, just waiting for people, see if people show up. Um, I said we're doing a bit of an open mic panel tonight. So, anyways, Marshall, Will, and Holly on a routine expedition. Yeah. So, anyways, I see there is at least one other person here. If you got anything you'd like to ask or anything like that, you're more welcome to. Of course, in regards to Nietzsche, um, that's what we talk about here. We talk about happy things here. So, hmm. Huh. Hmm. All right. So let me see. I guess then I should just I guess till we get some more people in here. Guess I should just kind of see what's up. Yeah. So let's see. For me today, what I did, of course, got up. I basically, you know, popped in on Pop Stream this morning. Said hi to him, Doc Blaylock, and a few others who were there. Got up, got cleaned up, went out, got my energy drink, came back home, watched some stuff, went grabbed lunch, came back, watched some anime, and then prepared for the stream. As I said, I was looking for some news stories to talk about. It seemed a little on the slow end of the news cycle, so I figured, okay, might be a good time to do an open mic night, an open mic panel here. Um, so I hope everybody's having a good day thus far. Um, and if you can like and share the stream, that'd be, see if we can get some more friendly people in here. That'd be appreciated. Um, yeah. So let's see. Uh, what else can we? Let's see. Yeah, I do know that. I do know when I was watching Doc's stream yesterday, I guess he was working on the Crom character for Pops. So that looked pretty interesting. Um, yeah. Yeah. So let's see now. Marshall, Will, and Holly on a routine expedition met the greatest escape ever known. High on the rapids, they came all tumbling down to 1,000 feet below. In the land of the lost. And I thank you for the like and share, by the way. In the land of the lost. Dashing and daring, courageous and caring, faithful and friendly with stories to share. All through the forest they sing out in chorus, marching along as their song fills the air. Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. Find adventure that's beyond compare. They are the gummy bears. They are the gummy bears. Let's see. Let's see now. So, yeah, we're just still waiting for people, I guess. Oh, it looks like we have somebody lurking. So, is there anything interesting? Let's see. For me, let's see what. It's been my. Let's see. Anime wise, what have I been? Well, I guess cartoon TV wise, what have I been watching? Well, let's see. So for my afternoon block, of course, I've been watching. Oh, there we go. Hey, toys. Oh, okay. Is that why you're not coming in, toys? Sorry to hear that. I'm trying to carry on without nobody to talk to here. So, and as I said, I didn't even have anything else prepared aside, of course, from the this day in each history. So, all right, I guess I can understand that if you're not feeling well. But if you can share the stream and see if we can get some more people in here, more friendly people in here, that'd be appreciated. Courageous and caring, faithful and friendly, with stories to share. All through the forest they sing out in chorus, marching along as their song fills the air. Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. Find adventure that's beyond compare. They are the gummy bears. They are the gummy bears. Yeah. I guess Toys may have felt the need to go off to bed. That's okay. I guess I can understand if he's not feeling well, but I do thank him for at least popping in to say hi. I'm on if you want to. I'm on if you want to join me. I'm on if you want to join. Oh, we got a second person back already, huh? Yeah, so as I was saying, let's see, right now, my afternoon block, I'm watching Batman Beyond, One Piece, Pokemon Advanced. There we go. Hello, Timothy. Hold on, let me get my cursor down there. Hello. uh,
Hi.
yeah, it's kind of hard doing open mic night when you're the only one here. you have nobody to talk to, and
That's all right. Here I am.
yeah, well, thank you for dropping in. Hopefully, you can like and if you haven't already, you can like and share the stream. See if we can get some more friendly people in. I did send out the StreamYard link to a few others too. Hopefully, they'll decide to join us at some point. Yeah. So I heard actually when I was talking to RJ one time, he was telling me, I guess you've done a comic.
Yes, I have. Hold on a sec.
All right. If you'd like, you want to. Granted, I know it's just the two of us right now, so if you want, you can go ahead and you want to talk about your comic, or if you want to wait to see if other people come
About
in.
my the previous issue, or the upcoming issues that are going to be on the new campaign.
Whatever you want to talk about. If you got something, I would think that if you have something that you're about to get started or something like that, you might.
This is the previous issue. This is Melvin one.
All right.
All right.
Interesting cover right there.
Oh, this is actually something Sherwin drew like 2 years prior to the book ever being done, but
Uh,
I just dug it up and had someone color it. But this is my first book, so it's a little rough in places, but it's a little rough in places there. See,
yeah. You have a kid or something there, Tim?
do I have a kid? No.
Yeah. What's that noise in the background then? Because it sounds like a kid going, "Yeah, yeah."
No, that's my mom talking.
That's your what?
That's my mom talking.
Your mom. Oh, sorry. It sounded like a kid. Well, of course, women have higher
Yeah, I
pitched
suppose
voices,
so.
so it's like, yeah. So
Now,
Melvin's the name of your. You wanna.
Melvin, the origin comes from the first Mad magazine when it was still a comic book.
Hmm,
Yeah, back in the mid '90s, they had a card series out, and it was just covers of their first of the covers of past issues, and I think they had some some were like taken from like old Spy versus Spies that they had in there, and
hmm. So
mostly
what
it's
would
just
what would you
covers.
say the genre is? It like is it like kind of spy mystery, genre,
Sci-fi fantasy.
sci-fi fantasy?
Because
Okay.
I mean, as you know, I'm a huge fan of Edgar Rice Burroughs ever since Disney did that
Well,
John Carter of
actually, I
Mars
didn't
book.
because I hadn't talked to you as much, so
Oh,
I'm just getting to know you still myself. So,
oh,
uh,
okay, okay. Well, that's I'm a huge Edgar Rice Burroughs fan.
okay, so you probably like seen Tarzan, and I guess Tarzan's the only one I can
Which
think.
one? Because they had Greystoke with uh, Greystoke is Tarzan's real last name.
Okay, yeah, Lord
Yeah,
Greystoke.
yeah.
Yeah, I've heard the yeah.
Um. Okay. So anyway, I'll show you the campaign.
All right,
Well, not the campaign, but the pre-launch. It's a pre-launch.
all right,
Share screen.
all right.
Okay.
All right. I've shared the screen there.
All right. This is as you can see, there's gonna be two new stickers and buttons with every tier.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
and of course, it's just here sums it up. Melvin and Alice journey back to the hidden city in their travels. They find themselves stranded
Mhm.
in the wasteland. Only way home lies in liberating the town from unruly cultists.
Hmm.
And of course, in that campaign is going to be Melvin 3. Even
Hmm.
further into the saga, Melvin and Alice are pursued by two trackers, learn more of Melvin's abilities, and see the hidden city.
Hmm. Now with the aspect of you saying sci-fi aspect is what makes it sci-fi? Is it kind of a lost civilization type of thing or
It
post-apocalyptic?
is in a future where Earth has literally disappeared from existence and Earth no longer exists. It's a galaxy without Earth.
Oh,
So,
okay. So basically, it's basically the universe as if Earth never existed.
well, yeah, because biblically, Earth was judged and therefore disappeared from existence.
Okay. Can you excuse me for a moment? I gotta go tend to my dog. She's barking outside. So I gotta go take care of her. Uh,
Oh, okay.
but
I
it,
will.
but if you want, you can, share. Well, I guess you and I are the only ones here right now. But if you want to just figure something out,
All right.
anyways, I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay, you do that. So everybody, as you see how awesome this artwork is, you know you want to sign up and get on that sign up list for these two awesome, actually three awesome books: Melvin 3, Melvin 2, and another chance to get Melvin number 1. And there's probably going to be even more surprises. And in fact, there's going to be a story in one of them where you learn more about the origins of the cult. And as you can see, there's our tagline that says "Blood, bullets, and boobs." What more do you want, right? And that's and that's all I wrote about that. I guess we'll have to wait for Mike to get back. Oh shoot! There you go. Thought I clicked off from that. So, is anybody watching this? Anybody at all?
All right, I'm back. Ah, all right. So
I held them. I entertained them as much as possible. I
yeah,
failed, but
I
yeah.
know it's kind of hard when it's like according to YouTube, it's only like one person viewing, two people viewing. So I understand. It's
Well, those two people are very quiet. They aren't saying nothing.
yeah. Well, I think the two people are you and me right now. Uh, yeah. So, anyways, so you okay. So you were showing. So what you were showing me was what you'd previously done. And I guess you have. I guess you just also mentioned in that you're getting ready to you're getting ready to bring out another project.
Another project?
I don't, or maybe like
Melvin, the next campaign is going to have three books: Melvin number 3, Melvin number 2, and another chance to get Melvin number 1.
okay,
Yes.
all right,
And one of the stories in I think it's going to be at the end of Melvin 3 is going to explain the origin of the cult.
okay. So it's a 3 issue arc then. Uh,
Well, no, it's going to be a 4 issue arc. The fourth issue will probably be in the next campaign. I mean, the
okay,
campaign, yeah, the campaign after this current one. Yes.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
Hmm. So how'd your day go today?
Oh, it was fine. It was fine.
You do anything exciting or?
No, I went. I actually worked from 7 to 3.
Hell, hey, Bat Goat. Okay, Bat Goat's one of my mods here. Tim, sup, bro,
Ah,
daddies. I'm at Marriott in Las Cruces, Mexico. It's the nicest hotel I've been at this trip. Flagstaff was nuts. Yeah, I got crazy stories when I get back. Um, I'm sitting at hotel bar. We'll check on the. All right. Well, back out
don't
if you
get
like.
toe up from the flow up.
Yeah, if you'd like to join us, my friend. I'm doing an open mic night, kind of a selective open mic night. If you'd like to join us, let me know and I'll send you the link. Send you the StreamYard link if you'd like to join us. So just tell me in the chat there if you wanted to join us or not. Anyways, all right, Timothy. Sorry about that. My he's kind of my senior mod basically. Um,
Cool.
I don't know if you've seen my Friday shows where I'm normally doing my historical comics research. Batgoat's my normal co-host.
Oh,
I just
I usually come on through. I don't really kind of watch the whole thing.
uh, so you don't get to sit you don't sit there and listen to me reading the stories, then, huh?
Oh, I catch them. I just don't sit and watch.
uh, oh, so you have the video on in the background, and then no,
I
I'm
have.
on my phone, so in public. Uh, okay, all right. I just figured I'd extend the I just figured I'd extend the invitation there, Becco. Just to let you know, I decided to go with an open mic panel tonight because the news cycle was a little slow. So right now, just oh, this is the act. Hi everyone. Hi, Mrs. Toys. um, hopefully you're doing well tonight. I did. We play Hangman, and oh, Tim. I think there's something you may want to read here that Batcoat just put up there, just to let you know what some of the other stuff we do.
Oh, you play Hangman and give out dumb awards.
Yeah, he's got his Lowell's trophy. He did kind of a Lowell's contest, and then high. So this is he's Action Toys channels, another one of my mods as well. Yeah, he was telling me he wasn't feeling too well, Mrs. Toys. So I hope he'll feel better soon. I know I sent him a link to the StreamYard here. If you'd like to use that link to kind of join us and join in the conversation or whatever. Don't know how much on the niche side of things you'd like to contribute, or if you feel I can. But if you want to join us in the conversation, you're more than welcome to. You can just get the link from your husband there, and you can pop on in. And as always, guys, of course, I do like and appreciate any and all shares, likes and shares. That does help with the algorithm. See if we can get some more friendly people in here, more people to watch and enjoy the content. So with that, anyways, yeah, I know Timothy muted himself there as I was talking there.
Sinuses. My nose is stuffy, so I'm basically just breathing through my mouth.
Yeah. So I guess you're pretty much from the central part of the country, central time zone too, then, huh? From what you were telling me.
Central Texas.
Okay. Yeah, you're in basically the same time zone as RJ and one of my mods. And then, of course, the wife, ATC's wife, is telling us, "Hey, back go." So yeah. So and well, for those in the chat too, even if you don't want to come into the studio, whatever, you guys have anything you'd like to contribute to the conversation, and we'll pick up on it, and talk about it, or if there's anything you guys maybe want to ask about. Um, one of the things I was pointing out here is Tim's got Timothy here's got a comic that he's doing. He had a comic he did, and then he's doing another one here. So
Our
got it.
artist for the second issue will be Vic King. Issue for Melvin 3 will be uh will be Sid Tellis, Teles. I
Sid
don't think
Till. Sid Till
Tillis.
is one of your
Tillis.
artists.
Yes, he is.
All right.
Um, cover was colored and enhanced by Andy.
Hmm.
Uh, logo design was done by Chris from Hero Shack.
Okay. Yeah. He's cool. I sent him and Diana a link too. Just haven't heard back from him. So
Yeah.
hopefully they might pop in there. All right. Yeah. Batgoat was just telling me he'll be driving through Amarillo tomorrow. I don't know if that's anywhere near where you're at, Tim, or not, but
Oh,
um,
also, I think Andy does a few gray toning in Melvin too. Also,
Andy.
yes.
Huh. All right. So what am I trying to do? Trying to think here. Uh, yeah. All right. Um, Tim, what what would you say are some of the comic books you grew up reading?
Well, let's see. I mean, when the first comic books that when I really got into
Yeah.
before that. Well, let's see. My brother, my brother didn't like X Force #1, but he gave it to me. That was what started it.
Uh,
I also collected a lot of late '80s, early '90s Wolverine. My favorite story arc is Blood and Claws.
hmm,
So that'd be Mark Silverstreet. I think he wrote and drew it, or he just drew it and somebody else wrote it. I'm not sure.
hmm,
But the part two has the most awesome cover where Wolverine is like knee deep in bullets. He's got a stogie out. He's smoking a big cigar, and
yeah.
he's got this huge chain. It's just a chain gun. I think it was like a submachine gun of some sort.
Yeah,
But it
yeah,
was
it's kind of funny. Wolverine is one of those characters has that mutant healing ability, and therefore the chances of him getting anything like cancer or anything like that is like pretty slim to none.
except when he got old and it started wearing out. I guess.
Well, yeah, probably like well, he is still mortal, so even if he is a mutant, so yeah, it's just like whereas the average, I think for guys right now, for men, I think the average life expectancy is something like 82, 84 years old, somewhere in that. Wolverine could probably live for 150, maybe 150 years or so.
Well, I'm sure you read Old Man Logan.
No, I haven't. I have never really. The only comics I've read thus far are the ones I've like more or less covered on my streams. I didn't grow up reading.
What?
I watched
What?
cartoon. I watched cartoons more as
Oh,
a kid, and then I've been getting more into comics as I got older here. But in
well
more
then.
recent,
Well then, so it branched out from Marvel to because I guess it was mostly a Marvel, uh, a Batman, but I was mostly Image Comics. Early Image is when it really
early.
things really hit
Oh,
me.
but before, long before they decided to simp for the left.
Well, yeah, well before it got Image used to be the grittier version of Marvel and DC. They would do things that
Yeah.
Marvel and DC like not until like after the '90s would do.
Hmm.
Like I mean, like Youngblood 10, you literally had a character named Chapel put a gun to his head and blow his brains out.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
know,
Well,
they
I
really
know. I know. Like from what I understand, at least a couple of the, I guess, major titles Image had was of course Savage Dragons from basically all the way back to the beginning of when
back
Image.
when Savage Dragon used to be awesome. Now it's shit.
Yeah. Actually, I did an art. I read. What's
Yeah,
the name?
I saw that.
Yeah. Oh wait, I think you did because I think you were even commenting on it. Um.
Yeah, Savage Dragon. The new Savage Dragon is garbage.
Yeah. And what the way he was talking to his sister about the vaccine and stuff, that
Yeah,
just you know.
yeah. Savage Dragon is garbage now.
Well, I don't know. Based on the title of the article, I get the impression that I think they eventually decided to not put that. I think that lecture was originally going to be in the comic, but then they decided to scrap maybe because they realized the book wasn't going to sell with that thing in there. But you know,
Oh yeah, well you're talking about Eric Larson who drew something very unsavory being shown on on a television.
Eric
You
Larson drew something unsavory that was on television.
unsavory. Put it this way, you should ask John Malin about it because he's Eric Larson was making fun of how John Malin drew thumbs,
Uh huh.
and basically John Malin called him a creep, showed him the picture and then called Eric Larson a creep.
Ah.
I'm not gonna go into details. I'll let you
Yeah, I
research
know.
that.
I mean, it's probably best. I know Savage Dragon was one of the major titles. I think in more recent years, Invincible has become another one. Spawn from Todd McFarlane, I know, is also a major property for.
Young Blood when Jim Lee was part of Image. You had Wildcats, you had Death Blow, you had Gen 13, you had Stormwatch. etc., etc. And it was awesome.
Yeah, Image was awesome before they started simping for corporations
Uh,
and
I
mainstream
call
media and all that.
I call Image the MySpace of comic books, where people go like, MySpace is still around. Yeah, yeah, it's still around. You just can't recognize it.
Yeah, it's not the same as it once was, basically.
Not during its glory days. That's what Image Comics is. Image is the MySpace of comic books,
Hmm. Yeah. So
and that's why they come in third.
yeah.
They used to be the force that Marvel and DC would worry about. Now they're third place.
Well, as I understand, they've always been third place, more or less.
No, no. When they started in '92, they for like almost a decade they were giving the big two a thing to worry about.
Well, yeah, but the big two were always the big two. Well,
Yeah,
for as long as they were both together, because remember, DC started up back in '35, and then
yeah.
Marvel started out as, and we'll be getting into that,
Image was made up of
sometime later this year. But Marvel started up as Timely back in 1939.
yes, but this is talking about the '90s. Image was comprised of their seven major talents who all walked out at the same time because they weren't paying them. They were not paying them fairly.
Yeah. Well, that's still going on today, though. I hear a lot of, well, I mean, it's not just in the comics industry, but I've heard it's in the manga industry over in Japan as well. The, the pay, the working conditions, and that's why you got that little group of people trying. But then, from what RJ was telling me, that little union that they've been talking about over at Image, that's not even anybody involved in making the comics. That's more like the office staff.
So yeah, so it's like I think it's a dumb idea. It's like just go out on your own. Forget working for a company.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. So I, like a few people suggested, they should just fire those people. But RJ said it probably would be better to like downsize and just include those people in it, and that way they can't come back with some, you know, what they called union busting lawsuit. So um, after all, artists can get their own coffee and stuff like that. Go grab their own lunch. They don't need to send people out to do it for them. And Timothy, I guess, had to step away. I guess.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, well,
I
I just noticed that you had muted yourself. So, um,
well, like I said, it's sinuses.
uh,
But well, I was gonna say if they were worried about a union, they could just do what Walmart does and just shut down.
what was that last part?
I said if they're so concerned about a union, what Image can do is just kind of close up shop and then like form a new company.
Oh yeah, that's another thing that RJ said that I don't know if they'd want to do that, but with the way that mainstream comics are going right now, that might be the more viable option, anyways, because um, if they keep doing this agenda pushing and all that, they're gonna go broke anyways. They're gonna it's like
I say let Marvel DC crash and burn. Fuck them. Pardon my French.
that's the sentiment of a lot of comic book creators there, Tim. That seems to be particularly the ones on the independents that we've been talking about here. Yeah, let them crash and burn. They want to keep trying to preach to people. They want to keep trying to you know, lecture people and stuff. Well, hey, we don't have to buy the lecture. We don't have to buy your products. We can just take our business elsewhere. So,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, why makes it why be like just a reader when you can make it yourself?
yeah.
Well, you also be the one that does the writing and whatnot and hires the talent.
Mm-hmm. Just checking some things here. Let's see.
Just
Ah, so
just DIY it.
do it yourself. Yeah, that's actually there's a cable channel called DIY Do It Yourself, and those type of shows, over the last 15, 20 years have become more and more popular too. Um, let's see. What cartoons would you say you grew up watching?
Oh, well, 80s, it was always the typical, Transformers, He-Man, G.I. Joe.
Oh, you grew up watching cartoons in the '80s as well.
Yeah, I was born in 79, so it's
Okay.
natural that I would catch those.
Oh, so you're like
Um,
4 years younger than I am. I was born in '75. In fact, I actually share a birthday with professional wrestler Rhino. Believe it or not,
oh, okay, cool.
we both were born on October 7th, 1975, and of course that's also the same day I believe that was I think Game 6 of the World Series as well, um, where you had Carlton Fisk hit that home run and
Oh,
sent it to Game 7 for the Red Sox.
sweet. Weren't the Red Sox kind of cursed all the way up till recent decades?
Till 2004, yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
curse of the
they
Bambino.
eventually lost the '75 World Series, and they went back to the World Series again in '86, or actually, yeah, they went back to the World Series again in '86, and that was the Bill Buckner era that got him there, where
Oh,
Bill Buckner, where the ball dribbled in between, um, like at that point in time, Buckner's knees were kind of weaker. So they were, usually towards the end of a game, the manager at the time, I believe it was Joe Morgan, would not the same one who played for the Reds, but a different Joe Morgan. He would usually bring in a guy named Dave Stapleton to finish out the games defensively. But this time he decided to have Buckner stay in the game. Um,
and
it's
that was
kind
a
of
big
like,
mistake.
huh?
And that was a big mistake, right?
Right. That's
Yeah.
yeah, because what ended up happening is ball just kind of dribbled right through Buckner's legs, and Mookie Wilson came around to score the game-winning run there. So
Oh, damn it. So, like I said, GI Joe, He Man, and then there was of course there's the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon,
hmm
and all this. Basically, what you did as a kid is you got up early Saturday morning and you would
right.
watch all morning long until you were kicked outside.
Well, yeah,
But it was that
basically on
we
Saturday
watched.
morning from like 7 a.m. to about 11. That was cartoon time. you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, until your parents got sick of you and wanted you outside. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Although on Sundays, and I grew up in Washington State. This is Washington State that I grew up in. I've only been down here 4 years.
Hmm.
Uh, the Sunday morning on channel, I think it was 11 or 13. They would have Robotech and Star Blazers,
Yeah,
which is also, I guess, Japan is known as flagship Yakamoto.
yeah. I think. Well, I think
Oh,
I.
and Speed Racer, Speed Racer.
Okay, Star Blazers, as I recall, is actually space battleship Yamato, not Yamato.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yamato.
I'm not a weeb, so I don't know that stuff. I mean, I'm very selective about the Japanese cartoons. That's right, folks. I said cartoons that I watch.
Yeah. Like there have been animes that have been adapted to cartoons that
But aren't they the
funny.
same
Doc
thing? They're
Blaylock
just
and I were talking yesterday about one of them.
aren't they basically the same thing though? They're pictures that
Well,
move.
not really. Anime, like
How is it different than the pictures that move and have sound and voices?
how are anime different from cartoons? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Okay, cartoon for the most part, cartoons are more episodic and simplistic in plot,
Right.
whereas if you've ever most anime, particularly today, there is a bit of an ongoing storyline. That's why animes usually only last like one season of 13 or 26 episodes because it's like it's there's an actual story going on there. Whereas if let's say you were to watch something like Bugs Bunny, one Bugs Bunny cartoon is pretty much the same as the other. It's the same plot, just set in a different place each and every time. You know, um, as I said, the episodes tend to be more episodic, which means they all kind of stand alone. There's no like ongoing storyline. It's kind of the same thing. The characters are fairly stagnant in terms of the fact that they don't age. Now even though I know, like for example, The Simpsons is classified as a as a as an animated comedy, it could be considered a cartoon. Now, yeah, and people could argue that like some anime like Pokemon, for example, Pokemon could be considered a cartoon because again, there's just a sense of reality there is really distorted there. How do you have a kid stay 10 years old for like 25 years? You know, but whereas for the most part, most anime that's out there that's produced, there's usually an ongoing storyline, and there is, and some of the longer ones, you do see some semblance of time passage within the show. Animes tend to be more serial in the way they do their storytelling, whereas cartoons are more or less standalone. There's no real time passage. You know, cartoon you saw a week ago, you'll probably see again, just in a different setting or something like that. That's basically how generally it kind of is.
This is how Google tells me how what the difference is between Japanese and American cartoons.
Were you telling me that, or were you saying that you were going to read something from
Oh,
Google?
that was Google. That was Google. Japanese anime is different from cartoons. While both are caricatures, they that may be animated. Anime is usually has visually distinct features for characters and a more limited animation style for depicting movement.
All right.
So that's like more of a summed up what you were, I guess, summed up version of what you were saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and from the sounds of it, it sounds like you were taking it from kind of the art point of view. I was taking it more from like the storytelling, writing point of view. So, you know, um, yeah.
But they are both they are both animated drawings, pretty much.
Okay. I just noticed you'd sent me a private chat there. So
That was what I read.
yeah. Okay. I didn't know you private chatted me. Um that's why I did that there. So
And
yeah. Yeah. So have you heard from any of the other? Because I did. I sent out stuff to Chris and Diana, to Rick, to Lorenzo. Did you hear? Have you heard anything from them? If they're coming in or not? Or because I haven't as of yet. Hmm. Right. So what are we doing? Yeah. Hmm. I'm just asking because if we had more people in here, we'd expand. It'd be quite interesting to see how we could expand the conversation. We had more people to talk to. uh,
There, I messaged them.
Oh, you met? Okay, that's what you were doing. You messaged them. Hey, I'm over here with Mike on his channel. Why don't you guys come over and join us? All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. That's and hopefully we made the haters so bored that they left.
Well, as far as I can tell, thus far we haven't had the haters come in at all tonight. So,
I mean, if they're stream sniping us, we could just what you do is just make them bored.
oh yeah.
Oh, oh wait, let me private you an idea of how you can mess with them.
You said you're gonna private chat me a way to mess with
Yeah,
them.
yeah. Just don't say anything. Just read it.
Um,
Wouldn't that be funny?
um, well, basically with how they stream it, I mean, you know, he who shall not be named. And
That'd
you
be
know this because you were the one who alerted me to this. Kind of puts that on their Twitter anyways. So, not that
I
it's
know.
any
I just
distraction.
I know. But if they if you know, then they'd be bored and they'd leave.
Well, it's not that I want to get into a huge conversation because the more attention we give to them, the more it strokes their you know what. But I did notice that some of their fans, when some of their fans came over, I only had to basically kick out two of them. I only had to kick out two people who came from that other stream. From what I could see, what I could tell, it seemed the majority of them who came over from that other stream seemed interested in what we were doing, what RJ and I were doing. So
Oh,
that made me think that maybe if I find a way to pull it off, you know, maybe again, I don't want to say too much about it, but sometimes I'll give you okay. Have you ever watched professional wrestling?
yes.
Okay, do you, do you remember either when it happened or hearing about it years later? Do you remember there was a Monday Nitro episode? It was the same episode that the infamous finger poke of doom happened. Well, on that show, Tony Schiavone had spoiled the because he'd been told by Eric Bischoff to do this. He spoiled the ending of Raw because at the time Raw was still being pre-recorded and shown over a set of weeks, whereas Nitro was live. So Schiavone at one point was telling everybody, "Oh yeah, Mick Foley as Mankind's going to win the WWE title tonight." And yeah, and then he concluded that with, "Yeah, that's going to put butts in seats." And it ended up backfiring because everybody ended up going over to Raw to watch Mick Foley win the WWF World Heavyweight title instead of watching their pro, and so it totally backfired in their face. You know, so that's kind of, let's just say, that comes to mind if you if
Either way, it's probably not important, right?
huh?
So
Yeah, either way, it's not important. I mean, you know, again, the
yeah,
best thing to do is just again not give them the attention that they want. You know, I don't. Well, actually, I think you said you were here last time. Don't know if you saw, but I actually did end up having now something that RJ told me about StreamYard now is that now there's a block. there's a block user button on here. Like I don't have to go to the YouTube screen to like hide or block people. I can actually do it from StreamYard, and I
There you
did
go.
that last night. What was that?
I said, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That guy Gladiator who came in. I don't know if you saw that or not, but
I have no idea who that is.
well, I don't really know who he is. Basically it's just the same stunts that he was trying to pull that he who shall not be named and trying to pull with getting me and another YouTuber to go at each other. So, anyways, let's see. We're now coming up on 50 minutes here. Yeah, well, I guess with it being a slow news day and I don't know, maybe everybody's just getting back into their routines or whatever, but it just seems like kind of slow period right now. Hmm.
Are you gonna watch the next episode of the Book of Boba Fett?
Aside from animes, I haven't really been watching a lot of. I really have not watched any like modern stuff. Aside from like to not. In fact, I pretty much watch most of my stuff on online here. On the internet, either through certain streaming services or what have you. Um, you know, I haven't watched that. Um, I won't watch like Netflix. I won't watch like Amazon Prime or anything like that. Um, or the newer stuff anyways. I tend to watch older stuff. When I watch, aside mostly the newer stuff I'll watch is, as I said, stuff that premieres on Toonami. So it's it.
On YouTube, you can watch old episodes of Tales from the Crypt.
Well, I never was into Tales of the Crypt, but like for example, some of the stuff I watch, like I do watch through Tubi. Like okay, so on like for example, on Sunday night, late Sunday nights, I the line on YouTube. I'm watching old episodes of Highway to Heaven and 21 Jump Street, the late 80s into the 90s version, the one where with Johnny Depp and Holly Robinson and all that. And then of course I go over to Tubi to watch Booker, which was the 21 Jump Street spinoff, and the 92 the 90s Highlander series with Adrian Paul. So
I see.
yeah.
What about like classic A-Team?
Well, yeah, I mean, sometimes if I have my computer off and I just decide to turn on my TV, and I'll go through, like there are times I'll go through, and if particular shows catch my attention, like during the day, I'll usually watch some of the like nostalgia channels, like Tana TV or Buzzer. I watch old game shows like one of them I will semi regularly watch is Classic Concentration on Buzzer. You know, um, I've watched. There have been times I've decided to watch, either Little House on the Prairie or Walker Texas Ranger. Sometimes I might catch an old episode of Touched by an Angel here or there. And these are the '90s. These are not the remake versions that you're seeing today. These are the older shows. So older version of the show. Hmm. Hmm. All right. I know. I'm guessing he stepped away from the computer for a moment. So, um,
Oh, I'm still here. I just thought you were going to say something else.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I noticed you muted, so I was like, um,
Again, sinuses. My nose is clogged up. Something fierce.
hmm,
Unless you want me to hear me breathe through my mouth, I don't think it's very pleasant.
yeah. Well, I can give you a suggestion for something I do, but then again, that might not seem too pleasant to you either. You know, what I've sometimes
Oh,
done,
I got allergy meds.
yeah. Well, sometimes what I've tended to do is I'll take either paper towel or even a cloth towel, stick like the end of it into my nose and just twist it around, just like spin it around in my nose. Granted, probably not the most, you know, beautiful thing in the world, glamorous thing, but at least for what I found, it's somewhat effective. Hmm. Hey, if you don't
All
mind me
right,
asking, if you don't mind me asking, what's this avatar you got on
that's
here?
that's the Crimson. Never heard of the Misfits?
The band?
Yeah, that's their mascot, the Crimson Ghost.
Okay.
They took it from an old serial from way back when.
Okay.
You should you're into that stuff. You should know that, right?
Well, I mean, um, some music, yeah, but
Oh, I'm talking about the serial.
oh, the serial. I haven't. I again haven't really watched a whole lot of those old serials, but
They might have most of it on YouTube again, or probably for free somewhere else.
yeah.
You know, the kind where you have to go in and watch it, and then you have to go in next week to watch the other half or something, or was it every day?
Well, from what I understand, I think I don't know if you know who I'd be talking about here. George Peter Gatzis, who I believe is a comic artist up in Canada. There, one thing he's been doing on his YouTube channel is I guess kind of trying to restore some of those old serials, some of the ones that are in public domain, and showing them on his channel. Um,
Oh,
so, um, yeah, George Peter Gatzis is the guy who created the character Joe King.
yeah, Joe King, as in he's joking. I get it. Ha
Yeah,
ha
yeah,
ha. Yeah,
yeah. Hmm.
slow night for you, huh?
Yeah, well, sometimes the middle of the week can be a bit on the slow side, but I think things are just slow overall. Because even when I was talking to RJ earlier, before I sent him the link and all that, he told me he was probably not going to be able to make it because he had to go pick up his computer. Um,
Oh,
but he was his as we were talking earlier, that it's a slow news cycle. So yeah, actually, In fact, I'm gonna go off camera here for a moment because I'm gonna try something here. See if I can reach and see if he's anywhere near home or whatever. I'll be right back.
oh, it's just me again. Huh. So is anybody watching? Anybody at all? Yeah. Oh, hello, Clyde. Mike has stepped away for a bit.
Oh, Clyde, AK, hi, Mike. See you in see you in a few minutes. Um,
Who's that?
Tim,
Timah.
Well, what he just told me last night is this is actually one of the all. Usually, it's for his dog. Um, Actually, I was just checking on something. Clyde, aka Woody, he was telling me last night that this is actually his alt account um to Woody Mueller. Um, let's see. Well, Clyde, if you want to help out and see if you can like and share this stream, and um, tonight we're doing kind of an open mic night, a selective open mic night. If you want to, I don't know, send me your channel info or whatever, or you want to post your Well, you'd have to on the Woody thing because I don't think I have you as a. Uh, I'm an old name for a guy. I'm an old name for a guy that hangs around here a lot called Woody. Oh, Clyde Crash Cut Cup is a favorite old cartoon that used to air with Alvin and the Chipmunks way back. Are you talking about the '61 Alvin show? Are you talking about the one from the '80s? I didn't want to play that game. Hmm.
What game?
I don't.
What's
I
he
don't know.
What's he talking about?
I don't know.
Is that somebody you know or something?
Well, Clyde is I guess an alt account for one of my mods, Woody Mueller. So
Uh,
um, he's all right. Let's see.
all right.
Oh, actually, maybe this will help us see what's going on here. Um, oh, okay. So this is what he's saying. I deleted all my CRAP off YouTube when Susan started pulling her bleep a few years ago. Okay.
Who's that?
He's talking about Susan Wojcicki. She's like the head of YouTube.
Oh,
She's somebody who a lot of people have had issues with. So
okay.
uh, I babble in the chat room. Sometimes Mike needs to get back to his show. Yeah, well, Woody, Clyde, however you want to call yourself right now. Again, if you want, if you can send me some kind of contact info, I can probably send you the StreamYard link, and you can join us in here if you'd like. Hmm. I don't know what to intelligently ask. I babble in the. Oh yeah, we already. Um, all right, so yeah, Woody's a good guy. He's because now he's going by Clyde Crash Cup here. Um, yeah, so anyways,
Here's something interesting you might find. Well, interesting. Let me share screen.
okay, I see that.
This is the biggest Transformer toy in existence.
Yeah, that looks like Unicron. Is that what
Yeah,
it is?
it takes 90 turns to transform it.
Well, yeah, I would say so, considering it's a planet you're trying to transform into a robot.
Yeah, look how much it took to actually make it. It's
All right. If you want to talk a little bit about it for a couple minutes, I'm gonna go check something real quick. So I'll be right
what is
back.
that? Let's see if I can. Is that it? No, that's not it. Yeah, forget it. I got nothing more to show. Actually, let me see if I can get waiting for Mike to come back. I'll see if I can find that Transformers Arc toy.
All right.
Hello, you're back.
Yeah, I was just checking to see if I could reach RJ, but not picking up. So, you know. And that's right there. Yeah, but we were talking earlier, and it's just kind of a slow news cycle. So I said I figured I'd open, but not a full open mic because if I had a full open mic, then who might try to pop in and cause problems. So
Yeah.
I did a selective open mic where I just sent out the link to specific
Yeah.
people.
So here, this is an interesting one right here. It's
Uh,
not as I'm
yeah,
sharing the screen. You see it?
yeah, I just put it up.
This is they made the Transformer toy out of the Ark, the ship that brought the
Oh,
Transformers to Earth,
yeah.
and you got of course you got the main toy. Look at that. This looks awesome.
Hmm.
Transforms into that.
Well, yeah, they had like
Oh, this is the computer that comes with it that also transforms.
uh,
So it's a
Teletran One, Teletran One, who in the original '80s cartoon was voiced by Casey Kasem.
yeah. Well, so is Cliff Jumper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
It's just that it's interesting. Those are probably the two most sought after Transformers, I think.
yeah.
Oh, that's why Chris. That's why Rick can stream with you. Come show up. He's streaming.
Chris is streaming right now.
No, Rick
Oh, Rick's streaming right now.
after dark.
Uh,
So I might have to bounce.
all right.
That's a show I never miss.
All right. Well, let's see. What time is it now?
It's about 9:06.
Yeah, 1 hour and 6 minutes. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there is anybody else I could possibly get on, but and of course all the other guys were probably like not just Rick but Lorenzo and would have hoped they
Yeah.
would have all decided to come in, but hey, thank you for popping in. Uh,
Anytime, anytime.
yeah, I might.
Oh, and everybody sign up for Melvin number 2, and Melvin, and of course, like it has Melvin number 3, and another chance to get Melvin number 1.
Yep. All right. Well, I guess if you got to go, then thanks for popping in.
Yep, no problem.
Sorry, it wasn't much more people to take part.
That's okay, man. That's okay. Well, you have a good night.
Yeah, you too. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Let me see now. Let's see. So there's still a couple of us here. Let's see. I may try one more time here. I'll be right back. I'm going to see if I can see if there is a chance I can probably try to get some people in here. All right. So let's see. It looks like I may be the only one here. Um, unless Woody's still here, of course. Let's see. This point. All right, so we're coming up on an hour 10 here. Let me see. Um, Probably will start the last portion of it about the 115 mark. Let's see. And boy. Oh, we have two people. So Woody, Clyde, you still here? Hmm. All right, so maybe somebody's peeking in. Let's see if we can get any more people in here, but as we've been talking about, it's a bit of a slow day, so. All right, so anyways, if there's anybody in the chat who wants to add to the conversation, yeah, so we're at hour 11. So I'm gonna give it a few more minutes here, and if we don't pick up by an hour 15, well, an hour 15 here, I'll probably just start to wrap up. If you haven't already, if you can like and share the stream, that would be appreciated. Let's see there. Alvin, Simon, Theodore, do, 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 do. Transformers, robots in disguise. Autobots rage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. Transformers, more than meets the eye. Transformers, robots in disguise. Transformers. Let's see, just checking some stuff here real quick. All right, so let's see now. Hour 13. Okay, so anything anybody want to ask about or talk about here? Hmm. 2007. Let's see. It's G.I. Joe against Cobra the enemy, fighting to save the day. He never gives up, he's always there, fighting for freedom over land and air. G.I. Joe, a real American hero. G.I. Joe is there, over land, sea, and air. G.I. Joe is there. Let's see. Mass crusaders working overtime, fighting crime, fighting crime. Secret raiders who will neutralize to the banner rise. Ultra's gonna lead the mission. Spectrum's got such supervision. Mask is the mighty power that will save the day. Mask, no one rides around masquerade. Mask, always riding on Venom's trail. And do a laser ray on his way. Do 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 do. All right. So, anyways, so we've got up to about the hour 15 mark. So I guess it's just going to be one of those nights where we just end up going a little, going a little early tonight. I know recently we've been going over 2 hours. The first 2 weeks, of course, all but 2 days we went over 2 hours. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna just go ahead and wrap up here. Hope everybody enjoyed the show. Hopefully, a few more news stories will build up tomorrow, so we'll have a few more things to go over. As it happened, things were a little more things were a little more slower tonight. So we might have a few more stories to be able to go over tomorrow. Um, so with that, why don't we go ahead and start wrapping up? We're gonna go ahead and do this day in each history. History. Anyways, today being Tuesday, January the 18th, 2022. Let's take a look back at this day in each history. What is that? All right. Alrighty then. So 52, 92, 2007, and then 7, and then 2012. Okay. Alrighty then. So here we go. Let me go ahead. On this day in each history, as today is Tuesday, January the 18th, 2022, let's take a look back at this day in each history. And our first stop, of course, we're going to go back to 1952, which was 70 years ago today. As on this date, 70 years ago today, the 55th issue of Archie Comics went on sale on this date. Um, and of course, it was at a time when it was more of a kind of anthology. You had mostly Archie stories in the book. Very Kindly Yours, Old Gray Mayor. He did have a Jughead story in there. So, on this date in 1952, the 55th issue of Archie Comics went on sale. At the time, it was a bi monthly title in which it came out every couple months. And with that, we shall now go ahead and move on to the next piece of niche history. Had 40 years from that point into the future as we hit now 1992. On this date in 1992, Ron Harris. On this date in 1992, Ron Harris, one half of the Harris brothers, Ron and Don Harris. Many of you might remember him as part of the DOA stable. He and his brother in there were Chains or were Skull and Eight Ball. They would also be the security force for the NWO and WCW for a while there. They would use a finisher they called the H bomb, which was kind of a double backdrop, suplex into a power bomb, double team power bomb maneuver. Ron Harris would defeat Demolition Crush, Brian Adams, for the NWA Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Championship on this date back in 1992. This is one of the last times that the title would change hands, as by July of 1992, the Pacific Northwest Territory would eventually close its territory doors, being the last of the old territories to do so, as many of the others had already been either bought up by the WWE or had moved or had closed down themselves or had left the NWA. So on this date in 1992, Ron Harris would defeat Crush for the NWA Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Championship, Demolition Crush. All right, so moving on to the next piece in each history. As on this date, back in 2007, which was 15 years ago today, on this date, the animated documentary written directed by Brett Morgan, Chicago 10, Speak Your Piece, premiered at the Sundance Film Festival. This was a story of the 1968 Democratic Convention and the Chicago 8. So on this date in 2007, which is 15 years ago today, the Chicago 10 Speak Your Piece premiered at the Sundance Film Festival, starring, of course, among others, Hank Azaria of Simpsons fame, Mark Ruffalo, Nick Nolte, Roy Schneider. So that happened 15 years ago today. And then, last but not least, we have a third person in here. Hello. We're just about to wrap up, as not a lot of people showed up tonight. Hope you enjoy the content thus far. Right, let's see. Anyways, we're wrapping up. We did have an open mic night tonight. But as I said, we didn't have a whole lot of people coming in, so that's why we're wrapping up. Anyways, unless you wanna, unless there's something you wanted to ask before we finish up, but as I'm waiting to see if you'll. All right, I guess they left. All right, so our last piece of niche history tonight. On this date, back in 2012, 10 years ago today, the 2012 version of the anime I Know Kusabi, translated as The Space Between, would premiere on this date back in 2012. It was an OVA, the OVA. It was so the 2012 version of the OVA I Know Kusabi by AIC would premiere on this date in 2012. It was licensed here in the States by Media Blasters. So with that, we are going to go ahead and bring everything to an end here. As granted, we're going to come up a little short of the hour and a half mark, but that's okay. Hope everybody did. I hope those who did show up enjoyed the stream tonight. I know it's probably a little more laid back. As I said, it was a slow news day, so just figured we'd try to do something a little different. So, anyways, I hope to see everybody back here tomorrow night. We should have some more news stories to go through. So, anyways, I guess I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.